everyone, and welcome back to my English Classes Online intermediate level. In today's lesson, we're going to be looking at indefinite pronouns, general nouns, and collective nouns. We've got some great examples for each of those groups, so let's get started. Okay, so the first group we're going to start off with are indefinite pronouns. We use these when, like the name says, we're not being specific about a person or speaking about a specific person. So this can include someone or somebody, anyone or anybody, no one or nobody, and for objects we can say anything, something, nothing, everything. So let's have a look at how we use indefinite pronouns. Our first example here says, someone has forgotten his or her books in the classroom. Now, someone has because someone is singular, his or her books because we don't know what the gender of the person is, if it's a girl or a boy, and that's why we have that particular sentence. Someone has left his or her books in the classroom. Next example, everyone is going to have his or her own house in the future. Everyone, although it speaks about a large group of people, pay attention, it's singular. So everyone is going to have his or her own house in the future. Now, again here, his or her, because we're not specifying, we don't know if we're talking about all the girls or all the boys, but everyone. We can also have this in an informal daily conversation. I would then say, someone has forgotten their books in the classroom. So there is what we use in daily conversation. But if we're writing something or we're having a conversation in a formal setting, then we need to say his or her. All right, so now let's have a look at general nouns. There are two ways that we can use them. Specifically, so a little bit more specific but still general, and then general, so completely general. Now, let's have a look at specific first. A student walked across the street. He was carrying several bags. Now here, we know it was a student we saw, and we also know that it was male, so we can say he. Still general, we don't know the name, but we've given more specific details, such as he and student. Let's have a look at how it would be if it was general. A student should always do his or her homework. Now here, we're not speaking about a specific student, we're speaking about students in general. So that's why we use his or her. Another example, if a person wants to be successful, he or she should work hard. Now, we're not speaking about a specific person, we are speaking in general, so he or she. Okay, so next we're going to have a quick look at collective nouns. Collective nouns are the names that we use for groups of people or groups of things. Let's have a look at them in an example. When it comes to using collective nouns, we're either going to use it or they, and there's a special formula to know when to use each one. First example here says, I have a big family. It consists of 8 people. Now here, I used it consists of, so it, because I'm speaking about the unit. I'm not speaking about anything individual that the people inside the unit are doing. But let's have a look at our second example. My family is very helpful. They always support me when I need their help. Here we use they because we're speaking about the individuals within that unit of the family and their individual actions. So here we use they. So for units and things that are a group, we use it. But when we're speaking about the individuals in the group, we use they. We have some examples of different collective nouns such as team, class, committee, staff, and many others that you can find listed here. Okay, and lastly, let's have a look at impersonal pronouns. Now, we use impersonal pronouns in English mainly when we're speaking about sayings or general beliefs or ideas that we have. For this, we use one, you, and they. So not a specific person, but kind of a general rule or saying that we want to believe in. Let's have a look at some examples. You should always work hard. Now, it's not you specifically, but you as in everybody should always work hard. We can also say one should always work hard. one being any specific person, but something that applies to us all. We also use this kind of language, impersonal pronouns that is, when we are trying to ask for information that is also general. For example, how does one get to the airport from here? Or how do you get to the airport from here? Now, it's not speaking specifically about the person that's being asked, but in general, how do I get to the airport? There are many oil wells in the Middle East. They produce a lot of oil there. Now, we're not speaking about a specific country, but in general, in the Middle East, they produce a lot of oil there. Like I said, in most cases, we're going to see us using our impersonal pronouns you, one, and they when it comes to specific sayings. A really good example is, you are what you eat. Now, you are what you eat means that what we're eating is what our body is going to be made of. So if I eat unhealthy things, then I will be unhealthy. If I eat healthy things, then I will be healthy. So you are what you eat doesn't mean specifically you or one specific person, but in general, we all are what we eat, healthy or unhealthy. Okay, and that's the end for our lesson today. Now it's time for you to get started on activities, and I will see you in the next video.